ABC 10 News at 4 starts now.
With George Floyd and the conviction, that while that's great, we got a lot of work to do.
Just a day after a Minnesota police officer was convicted for murdering George Floyd, local civil rights activists are calling for government leaders to act now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kimberly Hunt. ABC 10 News reporter Rena Nakano explains their demands for police reform.
Unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony. Find the defendant guilty.
Former police officer Derek Chauvin guilty on all 3 charges in the death of George Floyd. It was the verdict community advocate Cornelius Bowser was expecting.
I think that he should get the maximum penalty for this.
But he says that verdict is only the first step into police reform, not just in Minnesota, but around the country.
Let's move our region forward toward reimagining policing in San Diego, and toward building the bridge between law enforcement and the community.
Shane Harris of the People's Association of Justice held a joint press conference with community advocates demanding local leaders to pass a resolution of the Congressional George Floyd Justice in Policing Act. This would create an independent process to investigate police misconduct or excessive force, establish a federal registry of police misconduct complaints and disciplinary actions, grant funds to local agencies for anti-discrimination training programs, and prohibit no-knock warrants, chokeholds, carotid holds, among others.
That bill will really bring some radical changes, or at the very least reimagine policing, what it should look like, and set the model and example.
Many procedural changes have already been implemented locally since Floyd's death. In June, every law enforcement agency in the county banned the use of the controversial carotid restraint. And in November, San Diegans voted to have an independent body with subpoena powers to review police conduct. Bowser believes the change needs to begin from within.
We know that it's a culture, it's a belief, it's a practice, an implicit bias that police have about our community that creates that problem.
Rena Nakano, ABC 10 News.
Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll hear from the San Diego Police Officers Association, their reaction to the verdict and the future of police reform.